Welcome back to Soil Doctor, where we dig deep into the science of growing extraordinary plants. Today's method transformed my tomato growing from average backyard results to restaurant-quality giants that neighbors can't stop asking about. After years of experimenting with different containers, I've cracked the code for growing tomatoes in plastic bins using a soil formula that delivers massive yields. Why plastic bins beat traditional pots? Let's tackle the obvious question. Why choose plastic storage bins over classic pots or pricey grow bags? The answer is simple. Tomatoes need massive root systems, steady moisture, and cool soil temperatures to thrive. Traditional pots, even 20-gallon ones, don't provide enough root space. In contrast, 27-gallon plastic storage bins offer the volume of a raised bed with the flexibility of a container. Their rectangular shape also makes more efficient use of space than round pots. Thermally, plastic bins have an edge too. While dark pots heat up and stress roots, plastic bins, when set up correctly, keep soil temperatures stable. That matters because tomato roots shut down nutrient uptake when soil temps climb above 85 degrees Fahrenheit, which is common during hot spells in traditional containers. The foundation formula that changes everything. Here's where most gardeners fail. They treat container soil like garden soil. My optimized mix balances drainage, nutrition, and water retention, built specifically for container success. Start with a high-quality potting mix that includes both peat moss and coconut coir. This combo retains moisture while still draining well, ideal for tomatoes. Avoid blends with large bark chunks that dry out too quickly in containers. To this, add 1 part compost for every 2 parts potting mix. But not just any compost. Mushroom compost excels at holding moisture and releasing nutrients slowly, while aged chicken manure compost provides the nitrogen boost tomatoes need. The key is maturity. Compost must be at least 6 months old to avoid burning roots or tying up nitrogen. Now for the secret weapon, biochar at about 10% of the total volume. It enhances drainage and retains moisture simultaneously by creating microhabitats for beneficial microbes. This one change alone can radically improve your tomato yields. Supercharge the mix with targeted amendments. Even a good base mix won't sustain explosive tomato growth without targeted support. Add worm castings, around 15% of the total volume, for gentle, slow-release nutrients and microbial life that enhances nutrient uptake. Next, include perlite or coarse vermiculite, about 20% of your mix, for essential aeration and drainage. Potting mixes rarely have enough for container growing, and poor drainage is a top killer of potted tomatoes. Don't overlook rock dust, specifically granite or basalt. Just 2 tablespoons per gallon of mix adds crucial micronutrients for stronger plants and better flavor. These trace minerals are missing in most synthetic fertilizers. Container setup for maximum production. Your plastic bin setup can make or break your results. Drainage is critical. Drill 1/2-inch holes every 4 inches around the bottom and several in the center. Overkill? Not at all. Overwatering causes more failures than drought in container gardening. Raise your bins off the ground using blocks or a wooden frame. This promotes airflow, prevents waterlogging, and helps regulate temperature. It also discourages pests that thrive in moist, stagnant environments. Ensure soil depth is at least 18 inches, but ideally 24. This gives roots room to dive deep, access cooler soil layers during heat waves, and tap into more nutrient reserves during fruiting. Transplanting without shock. Timing and technique make all the difference when moving tomato seedlings into bins. Wait until seedlings have at least 2 sets of true leaves and are actively growing. Before transplanting, make sure bin soil temperature is at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit. You may need to prep bins 1-2 weeks in advance. When planting, bury 2/3 of the tomato stem, including some leaf nodes. These nodes will grow extra roots, improving nutrient uptake and water efficiency. Ongoing care for container tomatoes. Watering is your most important task. Containers dry out faster but also risk waterlogging. The goal? Consistent moisture, not highs and lows. Daily watering may be needed in summer, but avoid extremes that trigger blossom end rot or skin cracking. Fertilizing is more intensive in containers. Nutrients get depleted quickly. Apply a balanced liquid fertilizer weekly, alternating between fish emulsion for nitrogen and kelp meal tea for potassium and micronutrients. Temperature management matters. Containers heat up fast. Mulch the soil surface, and consider wrapping or painting bins light colors to reduce heat absorption. Troubleshooting common issues. Even with perfect prep, issues arise. Yellowing leaves? Likely nitrogen deficiency, fish emulsion helps. Purple undersides? A sign of phosphorus deficiency, often due to cold soil. Blossom end rot isn't from low calcium in the soil. It's from uneven watering. which disrupts calcium uptake. Maintain steady moisture and drainage to prevent it. Your next steps to tomato success. The leap from mediocre tomatoes to market-quality fruit starts with your soil. Set up 1 or 2 bins and master the method before scaling up. Keep notes on what works best in your climate and with your tomato varieties. Know someone frustrated with container tomatoes? Share this video and subscribe to Soil Doctor for science-based solutions that actually work. Post your questions and triumphs in the comments. I read everyone and love seeing your progress.